Huh? Is that a powerful prayer?
Oh, yes.
You know.
God is not through with us.
Is that right? How do I know? Because you're breathing right now. And as long as you have breath, it says with every breath, so praise the Almighty. So every breath you take is for a reason and a purpose. So he's not through with you. We're work in progress, okay? Each and every day we try to become a little better. Become a little more useful. Can we do that? Hallelujah. Indeed, that is why I love that song. Love the choir. Love you. Hallelujah. Can I get some love back? Hallelujah. That this Shabbat is so special. Every Shabbat is special, okay? Because it allows us to express ourselves. Okay, there's a lot to be thankful for, okay? And the Most High, in His infinite, magnificent wisdom, instituted the day. Many days, we worship the Most High every day. But He said on the seventh day, I want you to something a little special than the 6 days that you working so hard. I want you to stop! Hallelujah. Huh? Out of the 7, I want you to stop. Make it special for me. Can we do that? Can we make it special for the Almighty? And in return for that, do you know the reward? Do you know the reward for making a special effort for the Shabbat? Hallelujah. I want to acknowledge, if you will, not to embarrass, but our beautiful sister and daughter here who brought her little daughter this morning. That is wonderful. Hallelujah. You know, that's powerful when you see the mothers and the fathers bring their children. That is so important. That's what, you know is very important and really brings a smile to my face and I'm sure joy to all of us here. And it's pleasing. Hallelujah. It's pleasing to the Almighty. Because there's something today, something about it, that you need to receive. That you need to get today. Number one, you need to get some rest. If you haven't gotten any rest, hallelujah, prayerfully, the Shabbat starts when? And some people say Friday night. Don't start Saturday morning. So it's clear, right? It starts Friday night. In the Erev, at the setting of the sun, so you don't need a clock, just watch the sun. When you see the sun about to completely disappear from the horizon, well, that's it. Shabbat time is here. And for another complete, how many hours? They tell me it's 24 hours in a day. For 24 hours, from sunset to sunset, right? I need you to keep it, what? Holy. Holy. Can we do that? I know it can be a challenge at times, but I submit to you, the Shabbat is that important that you need to take a special effort. You know about that, right? You know when you put your heart into something and when you sort of halfway do something. But I need you to put your heart into this. Like when you have that Shabbat meal. Anybody know about those Shabbat meals? That meal is unlike any other meal of the other week, isn't it? When you get to sit down, hallelujah. Pray for a lot of our family. We're so busy people. We're busy people. We barely have enough time to eat. That's why my Queen Adira always talks about eating so much. Is your food is a very important part of your health, okay? You can't forget to eat. But when you eat, what are you going to eat, right? It's important to think about that. And the Shabbat brings something special to it. And that you begin, at least my household, my Ima, hallelujah, and Abba, they made it special. They made it special. We transformed the dining room. It wasn't just a regular dining room during the week. But on Shabbat, you're like, wow, what happened here? Just transform the room, okay? We put on the best. Is that the first thing, right? First tip of the day, do your best. Bring the best for the Almighty. So we had special tablecloths for the Shabbat. Do y'all have this? We had special dining ware for the Shabbat. Do y'all have this? We put candelabras, candles on the table. Huh? I don't know about you, when little kids are looking around like, wow, y'all really going all out the way. Who's coming over for dinner? This is special. You got all this elegance, the best. You must be expecting somebody special. This table is fit for a king. This table is fit for a queen. Huh? How does that make you feel if you know the table was prepared for you to die? You say, wow, you did all this for me? For me? That makes you feel good, doesn't it? It shows what? Appreciation. Do you appreciate the love of the Almighty? All the what? Countless, because we can't number them, blessings that the Almighty gives and does continuously. Some would say unconditionally, huh? Because there's a lot of them we probably didn't deserve. Undeserving, right? We sing that song? Undeserving. We're so thankful. Because the Most High, the Almighty, is unlike any power, or some would say God, that you may know. Is that right? And when we come together here in this humble abode, this special place, this is a special place. And it's not because of the size of the place that makes it special. It's not the biggest place on the block, right? It's not the most fancy place on the block, right? What makes it special? You. You. The people that bring a spirit. We're talking about the spirit today. There is a spirit in you, Cain. He says, most High, breathe the breath of life into you. And you became what? The breath of Yah is in you. There's a special spirit in you that you won't find just anywhere and everywhere. Is that right? Amen. This is what makes the place special. So guess what? Wherever you go, you bring Yah. Is that right? Wherever you go, you, Yisrael, it's not the building. 70 CE, the Common Era, the temple in Jerusalem was destroyed. That's over 2,000 years ago. But who's still alive? Who's still living? You are Yisrael. This is what the Most High is most concerned about, not a building. Okay? It is you, my people, my children. As he is our Father. He's the Creator. He has allowed us to be here in this very day. So what I want to do in this few moments here in our Torah study, can we do that? We heard the words this morning from the reading of the words of Torah, powerful words. It was known as Shabbat VaYera. Genesis, the 18th chapter, through the 22nd chapter. And as we read and study, it's one thing to read, but to study It's a little different, right? Now we're looking for something in there that could help us. These words were left on record for us to help us this very day. I titled the message for the day, in case we miss it, I called it Hebrew Survival Mode. Hebrew Survival Mode. Subtitle, Maintaining Righteous Behavior in a Hostile / Wicked / Oppressive Environment or Society. That's pretty long. See, I thought about that, right? I had to write that one down. But really, when we look at it, every week there's something in there. It's a continuous cycle. As we hear again at the beginning, Bereshit. Here we go again. Here we go again in our studies. That doesn't stop, right? It's non-stop in our Torah studies so that we become what? One of our teachers, Maury, says, Torah-minded. Torah-minded. This is one of our, I won't say the secret, but this is one of our tools, if you will, as our strength that allows us to survive. We're talking about survival today. As we read through this week's portion, we see the situations of our forefathers, Abraham and Sarah and Yitzhak in their life dealings. And the word, as I read through it, and every year there's something new, okay? Something refining in the studies. We've heard these stories, as they say, before. But they are very much, if you will, helpful and can be very relevant for us today to survive. In the context, as I'm giving you this message right now, we're not sitting in our homeland. Correct? We're not sitting in our homeland. We are not the majority. We are in a strange land, as some would say. How do you function as a Hebrew in a strange land? We're studying the life of our forefather, the father of our nation, Abraham. And to be clear, Abraham is not just, as Av is the root means father, he is not just the father of Yisrael or Hebrews. Yes? But his name is Abraham. Meaning what? Father of many nations. So let's be clear. We refer and revere and honor Abraham as the father of the Hebrew nation. But there are many nations. And the Most High blessed him to be the father of many nations. So let's keep that in mind as we deal with Abraham. Because, just speaking to the Queen, who's driving in, we spoke about it. We're not talking about religion. We're not talking about religion. We're talking about our people. We're talking about dealing with the Most High. Religion is man-made. But the Most High, who we are, we're talking about spirit. And it's very important that we understand that and make clear in that because there's a lot of misconceptions, misunderstandings. But with the wisdom of reading these words, hopefully we can gain some wisdom and understanding so that we are not confused and fall into the traps. And so let us begin from the very beginning of this parasha, this portion, Genesis, the 18th chapter, verse 1. I'm going to read it in the Hebrew first and then translate so we're clear. Because we're speaking in a foreign tongue. That's another indication that we're not at home. And then we have to be wise. We have to deal a certain way. Because they would say, like it or not, we're different. We are different. We have a purpose by being here, by being alive today. And the Shabbat, as I said, how important the Shabbat is. If we keep it properly. It says the Shabbat keeps us. Not that we keep the Shabbat, but what? The Shabbat keeps us. Do you see the difference? If you put in the time and the energy into the Shabbat, it will give back to you tenfold. That takes time to learn this way of what? Living. Not a religion, but it's a way we live. That takes time. We're constantly changing, yes? Abraham, as we know, he came from an idolatrous family. Yes? As many of us find ourselves in a similar situation. And he had to grow out of that and move from what he was taught by his family, that the Almighty had to work with him and give him understanding, growth. And he still loved his family, don't get me wrong, yes? Still love, he shall honor his mother and his father. But his understanding grew. And he was there, as you say, he's a prophet, to then become and help his family through the way he lived. Not just what he said, but what? Through his actions. So this is very important for us, because we are a people of action. Can I say that? Yisrael. Meaning one who has what? Power with the Elohim. You have power to do what? To make changes. In where? The earth. Not in heaven. Y'all don't need no help in heaven. But right here on earth is where I need you to work. So I'm going to give you information. I'm going to give you knowledge. I'm going to give you understanding that you can now make changes in the earth. Are changes needed? Are changes needed? Well, who exactly do you think is going to do the changing? This is where we again must understand what we're dealing with. And so we are not the most in number, which makes our job even more challenging, right? Because we are what? We're outnumbered. We're coming, I wouldn't say with new information, because this has been put into the earth since the beginning of the creation. But we sort of what? Lost our way as a family. And you have been given the charge, it says, as the firstborn, to help your family. How about that? How about that? But you must be strong and what? Of good courage. of good courage. Of good courage. Because you are not going to be the majority. In most cases, you will be the only one. How about that? Only one in your classroom. Only one in your block. Only one in the whole company. You been there? You're the only one. But your light shines so bright. But it has an effect. It has influence on all those around you. Hallelujah. So let me show you something right here from the very beginning. It says in the Hebrew, again, Bereshit, the 18th chapter, Yod Chet Aleph. VaYera Eliv Adonai Ve'enei Mamre Vehu Yoshev Petach Ve'ohel. Translation: And Yah appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre while he was sitting at the entrance of the tent. Now I want you to just first pause for a minute and meditate on this point. He says, and Yah appeared unto him. The him in this context is who? Abraham. Abraham is the person we're talking about now, right? And he said, Yah appeared unto him. Let's just think about that a moment. Yah appeared unto Abraham. What's the first question that comes to mind? What did he look like? You ever think about that? The Torah is telling you Yah appeared unto him. Why is that significant? Has Yah appeared unto you? Have you seen Yah? Raise your hand. How about those here? I was just curious. One person. You felt him. All right. Well, I got one person that seen him and a whole bunch of people that felt him. But it says here in the Torah, Abraham, he appeared. That means what? He saw him. Now don't get scared. So I want you to be clear, because we know, like I said, we're not talking religion here, right? Hope we can bring some clarity. If you read this 1,000 times and this just went over your head. But it's a very important point for us as Hebrews. Ivri. Ivri. Do you know what that means? Who can translate? What does Hebrew mean? What is the translation? Hebrew is not only a noun, but what is it? It's an adjective. To Ivri. It's a verb. It says, and Abraham transformed. You know there's a movie called Transformers? That's Hebrew. You have transformed. You transmit information to transform from the old you to the new you. One who has a better understanding now, yes, of life. That's growth in development. That's Abraham. To understand the what? The oneness of the universe. And it's all, you may think it's all separate pieces. Can you see the oneness in it all? I see the moon. I see how powerful the sun is. I don't worship the sun. I don't worship the moon. It's all connected. But the oneness. See? That's growth and development. So it says, Yah appeared unto him. What did he look like? As we know, as we say, Yah is what? A spirit! What color is spirit? What race is spirit? What gender is spirit? Are you following me here? A spirit appeared unto Abraham while he was sitting in the tent of his home. Why is that significant? Why is that significant? And I ask the question, have you seen Yah? Do you have an idea? I mean, what does Yah look like? I mean, do you have a preconceived notion of what he looks like? There are some that says that he's a son, he looked like me. And they worship the sun. Did you know that? That some have a preconceived notion of what and who Yah looks like. They got his race, got his color, know what hair look like? Huh? You hear me? But Abraham here is a man sitting at the tent. And Yah appeared unto him. So here, in a nutshell, so we're clear, Yah takes many forms. You need to know this. He can come and present himself in any manner that he chooses to. We've heard it read, he even used animals, donkeys, to talk to you. Because you can't understand me. Understand it is a spirit. And the spirit can house the vessel. We are what? The body is just the what? The vessel that holds the spirit. Do we know this? And this is why it tells you, keep your temple, what? Clean. So he can dwell in your temple. Do not what? Defile your temple with foreign spirits. You with me? Because there's different types of spirits out here, right? We're talking about what kind of spirit? The Ruach HaKodesh. Can you say that with me? Ruach HaKodesh. Identify clearly what we're talking about. Because I'm sure you've seen others who got other spirits in them. And it manifests itself, yes? I see your face, but you don't look like the way you're behaving is different. There's a new spirit in you now. So we're talking, and it's being demonstrated here, how the Most High will come. Moshe, Abraham was ready. Are you ready? Are you ready to see Yah? Would you recognize Yah when he comes? How did he know? It says when he saw them, he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, there were 3 men standing at the entrance, and he perceived, and he ran towards them at the entrance, and he bowed himself to them, and he said, "My Lord." I need you to see this here. Now see what we say, it was just 3 men traveling. And understand the type of person that Moses or Abraham was. You know we get the term hospitality from Abraham. Why? Because he was a man that would sit at the door and watch those that came by traveling, and he would invite them into the home. Huh? Wash their feet. Okay, that's Hebrew culture. Have some water. Refresh yourself. That warm southern hospitality. Y'all know about that? But he was in the desert. Yes, he was in Bathsheba. And he was, guess what? I'd say, looking for the opportunity. Are you looking for Yah? He was looking for the opportunity to do what? To be a blessing. If you don't get anything else from the story, understand that your purpose, the Shabbat reminds us of our purpose. We are from the same seed of Abraham, okay? The Most High mandated, Abraham, I want you to be. He says, through you, you shall be what? A blessing to others. Are you a blessing to others? How do you be a blessing to others? Not just telling them, Imam, right? Make them a bowl of soup. Huh? How about that? Give them a glass of water. You want to see Yah in action? Wash somebody's feet. Are you hearing me? Have you seen Yah lately? Say good morning to someone. So I want to take out the mysticism and the spookiness of it. It's really not that complicated. It says in a still, small voice. Did you hear the voice? Did you hear someone say, good morning? How does that make you feel? Did you hear the voice of Yah? I want to know. Yes, it was Brother Ovadia. I look at it to see his face. It says Brother Ovadia, but I'm hearing the voice of Yah. Amen. Are you catching this? Amen. You have to see. It's how you perceive. He says, all this time and you did not know I was here. Because you had a different perception of what you thought. Didn't know. So Yah was coming to do a couple of things. He told us straight up, and you better know this too. He was coming to test Abraham. Yeah. I need to know who you serve. You give me a lot of lip service. I love you. I love to praise. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give you a test. I'm going to find out. What does it mean to pray? Is it just singing a song? No. Okay. Worship. True worship is not singing a song and saying these prayers. Guess what? It's what you do every day. That's worship. I need to see you in action. You need to be saying good morning, good night, hello, how are you? That's in action. Be sincere. Help the homeless. Give charity. From where? Your heart. You know what? I only got $1 in my pocket. Are you the type of person? Well, I can't help you. Or will you take 50 cents of that $1 you got and give it to someone? I'm going to tell you right now, if you didn't know, that may be the test. Okay? Yah in disguise. You don't know this. See? But Yah is going to see where your heart is. You didn't know that was Yah in disguise, did you? See, he wasn't dressed up in all this royal garb and you think he's all this. He looks like a prince. No, he came as a homeless man. and you turned your nose up. Huh? See, I'm going to test you. I'm going to see what's where. In your heart. You worried about that little 50 cent you got in your pocket? Huh? Now watch this. You gave that 50 cent, and guess what? God bless you 10, 20 times, gave you $50. Oh, somebody know what I'm talking about. See, that's a whole nother perception. How you think what? You're losing something. This is my last dollar. I can't give up my last dollar. See the mind you have? But like Emma taught me, the more you give.
The more you receive.
Hello. Did you know that? The more you think you got your last dollar, give it away and watch what happens. As one of the rabbis you say here, put it to the test.
And let it rest.
And let it rest. If you don't believe me, try it next time. You down to your last dollar, give it to somebody else that can use it. And watch what happens.
But you gotta pay your tithe first.
Hello. Get those priorities straight, right? But this is what we're seeing here. As the story is here. When you put forth that energy, if you have that loving heart, loving home, it will show just naturally, right? It overflows to you. And see, when we show here, the Most High came into Abraham's presence because of his nature of how he treated people, of kindness, out of his heart. He didn't know right away it was y'all. But because of his daily behavior, how he dealt with people. I said, wow. Wow. Then when, you know the story, right? He says, wow. He is for real. He's the real deal. Yeah. He's the real McCoy. He didn't even know who I was because I came to him in secret. But he showed me, and he says, because of that, because you gave your last 50 cents to someone who you didn't even know, I'm going to bless you. I'm going to bless you with a blessing you can't contain. You hear me? This is the mind. We have to begin to obtain the mind of righteousness. Don't worry so much what you're going to lose. Right? That's why they talk about that sacrifice. What's better than sacrifice? What's better? Say it like you mean. What's better than sacrifice?
Obedience.
Obedience!
Better than sacrifice.
You're thinking you're losing something. Oh, I got to sacrifice this. I got to sacrifice. The more you give of yourself, the more you will receive. So now, connecting that for you, moving on from that point, why is that important? Because once you have that foundation of love, right, in your heart, of understanding that Yah is with you, you will lack nothing that you need. And this is important as that says, we start to travel. Like I said, not being in our own land, being in a foreign land, we, as we use our spiritual eyes, right, are under attack. Being outnumbered, right, eyes are all on you. We are outnumbered. We are under attack as Hebrews. Yes, every day. We are at war. Now, I don't know if you recognize this as Hebrews. What kind of war am I talking about? All right now. I know we got some warriors in here, so they know what I'm talking about. We're talking about spiritual warfare every day coming at you. And physical warfare. So when you see the story moves on. How does a Hebrew survive in a foreign land? How do you do it? It's like a fish out of water, right? It's not very much, if you will, as far as custom and traditions and culture we have in common with these other nations, do we? Except we're human. We recognize that commonality. But there's so many other things that's different. How do you survive? And here was one example. When Abraham was traveling, and he would encounter different nations, he told Sarah, if they ask you, who am I? What did he say?
Tell them I'm your sister.
Tell them I'm your sister. Don't tell them I'm your husband.
And you had to pay for that too.
Tell them I'm your brother. No. You said, what's that all about? What is that to teach us?
To lie when you need it.
Watch out. We are talking about what?
To save your life.
Survival here.
But they did say he was his half brother and half sister.
Yes.
He wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying. Come on, Imam, break it down.
He was not lying.
But now,
He was not lying.
It's a half lie. It's a half truth.
here is what we're talking about here.
He paid for it too.
When you are in a strange land, we see our brothers and sisters being locked up every day. Let's pick it real. We're not playing no games here.
Oh no.
We got to have some wisdom. We said we're Hebrews, right? It's not about religion. It's what you do. We, as Hebrews, right? We're subject to the same attacks as everybody else.
Amen. Maybe more.
We're not exempt from paying taxes, are we? We got to pay taxes just like everybody else, right? We got problems just like everybody else, right? But what's the difference? When you that's how you what? Perceive the problem. Yes?
Teach Rabbi.
Some see the glass
Half full.
half full. And some see it. It's the same glass, is it not? Same amount of water in it. It's how you perceive it.
Right.
And then how you what? Deal with it.
How you deal with
See, this is what intelligent people do.
it. Yes.
Wise people do. It's not always what you know, right? Because you know so much, and you start talking too much. Because you know something, you start blabbing your mouth. Sometimes you shut up.
That's right. Listen.
That's real wisdom.
Teach.
Know when to speak
And when not to.
and know when not to. See, that's what?
Wisdom.
Strategy. When we're in a forest, you got to know where you live. Yeah, you gotta walk through the valley. You better know where you're walking in. What environment, what neighborhood you in. Huh? And therefore you govern yourself a certain way. So we have to be, as we see it made throughout the whole Torah Tanakh, creative. Yes? Are we creators? Can we create? Developers? We talk about all these creations. We talk about our forefathers did a lot of the creation, don't get credit for it. But they invented it. But didn't get credit for it.
No, didn't get credit for it.
You understand? But because we are connected, hallelujah, to the most high, the intelligence, supreme intelligence of the universe, I heard it was called one time. We're connected to supreme intelligence. We're not limited. we can come up with something new. That's being creative. So we have to be creative, we have to be clever, and we have to be strategic to maintain, listen carefully, to maintain our righteous mind. Because if not, we're subject to the same attacks. If we're not Torah-minded, you're going to have something, some thoughts are going to run through your mind. Something is, if you will, controlling you. It says your thoughts precede what?
Your actions.
I know you by what you, I know a fruit by how? Of the tree by the fair, the tree by the fruit it bears. So you ever ask yourself the question, how did I get here? How did I wind up in this place? It started with a thought. It started with a thought. And those thoughts started to turn and manifested themselves into action. So, the Shabbat, again, reminds us of our purpose.
Amen.
And our purpose is what? To serve.
The Most High.
Yah. But how do we serve Yah? How do you serve Yah? If you didn't know the answer to this one, how do you serve Yah?
Through your deeds.
That's right. By serving His people. I'm sorry if you didn't think that, I don't understand that. Some people think it's all about going to heaven. When I get to heaven, the service of the Almighty is right here. And what you do on a daily basis, how you serve others, is how you serve Yah. It's not about the animals. He stopped the sacrificial offering because of the misunderstanding. The animals can't save you. It's you have to change your behavior. So when you start dealing with the person in the mirror, now we're going to make some progress.
Amen.
That's what this message is about here. That you are to serve the Almighty, and you will be put through a series of tests,
Test after test.
and you will graduate, yes?
Yes.
You will graduate.
Yeah.
And every year, as we start in another year, okay,
Right.
we're doing a little better than we did the year before.
Amen.
That's the prayer. And matter of fact, speak it to existence. Say, I will do better.
Do better.
I will
I will
do better.
do better.
You got to put it in there. You got to put that positive energy in there and see yourself. Because what? Nobody told you Yah lives in you.
Amen.
Just bring Yah out. Just bring Yah out. I want to close out here with the words he gave to Abraham after he put him through so much. Series of tests. They said he gave Abraham 10 separate tests. 10. Severe tests. And we know the last test, right? The ultimate test was what? To sacrifice his only son. Hmm? That's a test. That's a heavy test to be put through. But you will be having your own set of tests. Some big, some small. Be ready. Yes? Are you ready? Be ye ready. Right? When in doubt, fall on righteousness. The right thing is in your heart. That still small voice, he put it in you already. Listen to it every now and then. Don't listen to the loudmouth in there, because there's other voices in there, right? Don't listen to that loudmouth talking loud and saying nothing. Listen to that voice of love. Listen to that voice of do the right thing. In the end, yes? In the end, you will win. See, don't fall for the fool's gold. A lot of people fall for that. You know, that's the first step they trip up. They fall for the fool's gold. $100, $500, lose their whole life over frivolous. They're falling for the fool's gold. Do the right thing. Whatever temptation, he knows you're weak. He's going to tempt you. Don't fall for the temptation. That's just a test. Trust in your will. Build up your willpower. Say, no, I can't do that no more. I used to do that. But now, I'm a better person. Hallelujah. Now, I can't do that. And once you've made that transition, once you've transformed, there's no going back. There's no going back to that old, your old friends. You didn't change. Yes, I have changed. And that's why I said, not everybody go with you can come with you. Because as you change, and you're changing, yes? Yes, I did change. For the better. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And if you love me, you respect me, okay? And you want to be with me, well then you got to change too. 'Cause I can't go back to those ways that I used to do. I can't hang out like I used to. I don't smoke like that. I don't do those things no more. I can't hang out with you. I don't curse no more. I can't be around you cursing. I don't eat like that. I can't eat with food with you because I don't even eat like that no more. You follow me? All of these things are process as we're going through. So Abraham passed the test. And he says the most thing that he loved most about Abraham, it says, because he loved me and he commanded. Is that what he said?
He said it.
He commanded his household. So that's real love. And all those that were around him, he gave him that, showed him that love. So when they look at you, I'm saying this to leave this, when they look at you, they're going to see your face. Not knowing that's the face of Yah. You become that face. You become that hand of Yah. It is through you, Yisrael, the world and the nations will be blessed, be encouraged, be strengthened, fear Yah. And what? And keep his commandments. For that is the whole duty of all mankind. For Yah will bring secret thing, or whether it be evil.